Great. You've reached video 5. You've pretty much done your keyword research. You've made a Twitter tweet and you created your content. Now it's ready to start marketing and, of course, boosting your Google search engine rank or your search engine rank in general. To do that, we're going to talk about specific techniques in relation to social bookmarking sites. Social bookmarking sites, if you don't understand what these are, they're basically sites that where people can come to this community and you might have people similar, for example, anger management. Being an anger management expert, I would go and find people who have bookmarked, anger management type bookmarks. So they're bookmarking sites that would be highly relevant to what they're looking for. And what's happening here is if you submit your website to a social bookmarking site, it's pretty much guaranteed that if you submit to Dig, Delicious, and other types of social bookmarking sites, you will get indexed into Google within less than 24 hours. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So if you didn't quite understand what I was talking about earlier about social bookmarking, I would suggest that you go on a social bookmarking site and just read a little bit about that. But basically, I'm going to show you some social bookmarking sites that you should submit your site to. Okay, so basically, now that you have written articles, you submit it to Easy Articles, you submit them to Squidoo, Pages, and other sites like that. You just want to keep in mind where you have submit your articles. For this last portion of marketing or using social bookmarking sites, what you want to do is you want to social bookmark your articles. So you want to submit wherever you submit it to Easy Articles, Squidoo. If you submit it to 5 places, you want to submit a social bookmarking to social bookmarking sites for those every one of those 5 articles, wherever you submit them to. Now, just to show you some of the top social bookmarking sites, delicious.com, if you just go to this.com, this is one of the top sites out there. You submit it to here. As you can see here, people have submit websites, articles, and things like that to the site. Submit it to delicious.com, dig.com, that's digg.com, stumbleupon.com, which is another social bookmarking site, reddit.com, technorati.com, and of course, if you go to Google, you can find a list of top social bookmarking sites. But these are pretty much the top ones. You really don't have to submit your site to hundreds and hundreds of social bookmarking sites. While yes, it does help to have lots of backlinks to your site, really, you really just, if you submit them to just these sites alone, these 5 sites alone, it's pretty much a guarantee for you to get indexed into Google and get your ranking bumped up just because of these 5 sites. So if you had 2 articles, submit them all to these social bookmarking sites. Now, while it may seem kind of time consuming, it really isn't. Once you have your accounts set up with these social bookmarking sites, then the next time around, the next time around, and the next time around that you do it, it's actually going to be a lot easier. And if you don't have time, you really, really don't have half an hour to an hour to do this, you can always find somebody and hire them for $5, $10 an hour to do this kind of stuff. So that's just something to keep in mind. In fact, whenever in the past, I wanted a new website to get indexed into Google within 24 hours. I would use this same technique. I would get my virtual assistant basically to submit the URL to social bookmarking sites. And if you repeat this process over and over again, you pretty much can find somebody and give them this video product or video series. Give your virtual assistant, of course, you need to have the rights, but if you have the rights, give it to your virtual assistant, have them look over the training, have them get trained, and then have them follow the system, this little system, step by step, every time with a different keyword phrase, and you've got yourself a powerful Twitter marketing system. So with that said, let's move on to video 6.